Kwame Kilpatrick will be in front of a federal magistrate tomorrow morning. His lawyer says he's going to be granted a $100,000 personal bond on his federal charges, and then he's going to ask to be put back into the state prison system. The reason? Kilpatrick has to go back into state custody to qualify for parole.
Detroit's former mayor could get out of prison as early as the end of this coming July. Since last May, Kwame Kilpatrick has been serving time for his state parole violation conviction. But once the former mayor was indicted last July on federal tax and fraud charges, Kilpatrick's lawyer got him moved to the federal prison in Milan, Michigan, where he's had access to computers to help with his own defense. On Wednesday, Kilpatrick will appear in front of federal magistrate Judge Virginia Morgan. His attorney, Jim Thomas, wants to get Kilpatrick back into the state system so he can be evaluated for parole. The earliest date that Kilpatrick could get parole for his state conviction is July 24th, but the state cannot determine if he qualifies to be released if he's not in their custody. Despite the fact that a federal grand jury indicted Kilpatrick on a slew of conspiracy, fraud, and racketeering charges, bond was already recommended for his federal case. Because Kilpatrick was in state custody, the federal bond issue was irrelevant at the time of indictment. But now that Kilpatrick has a chance for state parole, Jim Thomas will be executing the bond paperwork in federal court Wednesday morning. Thomas says Kilpatrick will be given a $100,000 personal bond, and then he'll ask the magistrate to have the former mayor transferred back to the State Department of Corrections.
Once Kwame Kilpatrick is back in the state system, the state will begin to evaluate him for the possibility of parole. If he's granted parole in July, he'll be free on bond until a jury decides his fate in his federal case. And that case may not go to trial for many, many months. Diana?